Hello, fellow Voyagers. Jess here with Odyssey Human. Here today to talk about quit playing small, manifest your wildest dreams. Welcome to the channel. This is the place where we help you hack through the jungles of consciousness so that you can discover the hidden treasures inside of you. And my friends, everything you want is already there and it's waiting for you and it's ready to go right now. Welcome. I'm so glad to see you again through the ether. I know I've been gone for a few months. Thank you for your patience while I have been manifesting a huge dream of mine. I put on a conference and pretty much all by myself. I mean, it was amazing, the team of people that came around me to do this, but doing it was a major accomplishment. I'm super proud of the event, how it turned out. And I kind of want to tell you about some of the things that I learned from pulling off these impressive feats. I mean, this is not the first time I've done this. I don't know if you know my background, but I've done a lot of cool and crazy stuff in my life where people have been like, oh, you're going to do what? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go do that. And then I go do it and I pull it off. And I want to teach you some of the things that I learned through doing this process again, because I've done this before. I have done big things like this before. And this was at a different level. This was definitely at a level where I had to stretch. So I think the mistake that we make when we look at our biggest, most audacious dreams and we're like, I want to be that person. I want to be the person that's experiencing that. We still have roots of belief in this responsibility to get ourselves from point A to point B, right? That we have to earn our way there, that I can't just suddenly be a successful conference organizer. I can't do that. Or I suddenly can't be a known in this industry that I'm in when nobody has heard of me, that I can't be playing at the same level. That's all not true, right? That's not to say that you need to take action. Like, obviously action is something that I had to do planning a conference. There was a lot of action to take. And I'm not saying it was easy, but the part of it that really, when it comes down to manifesting endurance, when you're seeing through something really big like this and you are literally taking yourself to the next level, what you're really doing, we think we're going out in the world in the 3D and banging it out and working really hard and making things happen. But what's actually happening from an energy perspective is that it already exists, right? What you want, the potential of it already exists, because everything you're ever going to experience is you. I've said that from the start. You are, so you're really calibrating yourself into that identity. And then as you do that, that's when your 3D reflects who you're being, right? You have to be, if we liken it to an actor on stage, you got to step into that character and be it fully 100%. And then the stage around you is going to shift and it's going to be the proper setting in the scene. And you're like, oh yeah. But you got to play that character 100%. And how we trip ourselves up, slow ourselves down, create drag on the whole process of how could I possibly step into being that, is that we hold on to these stories of how things go, right? The hero has to go on this long journey. They have to learn all these things before they can get to the end and be this new version of themselves. We hold ourselves back with this, right? I have to be, I have to do X, Y, and Z have to happen before I can be this. No, just be it. Just be it. Like, claim it now. I had to choose to step into being a successful conference organizer from the beginning, right? I saw and I calibrated myself and maintained that. So the better you get at manifesting is the better you are at maintaining identities no matter what. Hold that character. Stay firm in that character. Because what I saw in my mind's eye of my conference, I started with nothing. And we live in a thought responsive matrix of consciousness. At the end of the day, that's what all this is. It's a thought responsive consciousness matrix. All stemming, all contained within the container of our own awareness, right? So, how do we know that we're on track as we're going along? We're putting skin in the game, right? And when we feel negative emotion, that's a sign that we're not staying in character, right? When we feel negative emotion during the journey, we're not staying in character. We've slipped out of character. We've believed that we're not the character that we want to be. And this happened multiple times during my conference planning, right? When I first started, I was looking for some marketing assistance, someone who would be helping me just, part-time. And one of the people I talked to who I was really excited about working with and hiring and who was really optimistic at first said to me, do you have an email marketing list? Have you been cultivating a group of people who you're going to sell this conference to? And there was like silence on the phone. I'm like, no, but that's not a problem. And she started to kind of argue with me. She's like, well, it's going to make it really hard. I just kind of stopped her. I was like, because I felt that negative emotion of like, I'm not going to believe, I don't want to believe that. A successful conference organizer who ends up being able to pull off a conference like this doesn't believe that. Like if I had stopped and been like, oh, you're right. Oh my gosh. If I had believed her, this whole thing wouldn't have come to pass, right? And so I felt that negative emotion. And I was like, no, thank you. I'm like, thanks, but no thanks. Click. Because negative emotion, when we're actively on this journey of reaching a goal or being the person we want to be or having what we want to have, negative emotion is like putting our hand too close to a stove. It's our mind's natural defense for when we are not perceiving who we are in an optimal way. It's our mind's natural defense system that we need to no, don't go there. Don't go there. Back off. Right? That believing that would have killed my dream. That would have killed the conference, believing that not having a list really was a nail in the coffin and that I couldn't even deserve to get started. Why was I even trying? It was going to make it really hard. Wasn't going to go there. Our minds, so when we feel that way, when we feel these negative emotions and we're trying to stay in character, that's a sign that you've slipped out of character. So go back into character and be like, yeah, I'm not gonna believe that. This happened again when the date for my conference, right? I picked a date at random. I did some research to make sure nothing else was going on, but I happened to pick the same date as another major event in my industry that was already established, that already had a following and partnerships with other organizations that would have been good partners for me. I found this out about halfway through. A couple of the people really close to me who I was consulting with said to me, Jess, you should really think about moving your date. I mean, that's a pretty big competitor. Again, I felt that negative emotion like, no, I'm not going to believe that. I'm not going to believe that. I know that there are people who are looking for my event, who want to participate in my event, right? Because the successful event already existed. I have to stay firm in my character. I have to stay firm in my identity. So quit playing small. We play small when we buy into these beliefs, right? There was 2 opportunities there where I literally saw the entire thing collapsing in my mind's eye. I was like, oh gosh, here we go. What I bit off more than I could chew. I'm David and Goliath going up against this other massive event that has way more organizers, way more resources than me, But I did it and I was like, nah, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to hold the identity of the person who makes it to the finish line and has a great conference. This also happened with my speakers. I was a nothing. I was a nobody. I had no following. Nobody had heard of me in my industry. Like, I literally reached out to, I talked to one of my friends who knew who the big name speakers were, and I said, who should I contact? Who is the most popular? Who really has something juicy and exciting and wonderful to say? And they gave me a list, and then I literally reached out to those people as a relatively unknown. And it was amazing to receive a call a few days later from one person who's like a YouTube celebrity. He's got 1 million followers. Never in a million years thought that he would just call me up on the phone. Another one flew in, another major name in my industry flew in to participate in this. And as he and I were having coffee the day before my conference, part of me was like, I can't believe this guy who doesn't even know me got on a plane and came out and spoke at my event. That blows my mind. And I asked him, what made you want to participate in this? And he, in so many words, said, your whole presentation, what you had to say, what you're passionate about. I was just real with him. I was real when he and I talked on the phone and we're negotiating what he was going to talk about. I just was that identity fully. I was that successful conference organizer who really cared and was passionate about my industry and my craft and what I was doing and where the trajectory of the industry, and I cared about people and how things were being done. And I gave that to him. I offered that to him honestly, purely. And that, he's like, yes, that was it. That was the secret sauce, that passion. That's why I'm here. I'm here because I believe in that too. So quit playing small. Quit playing small. You can literally, when you have a dream and something you want to manifest, something you want to materialize, go right to the identity. Forget what's happening around you. Forget the stage, the things that are on the stage, the props. Just be the character. Step right into the character, claim it, own it, be it. If someone questions you, question them back. Be like, I don't think you know who I am. I am this. And if they start to if you start to get that negative emotion with them, realize that you've popped out of character, go back into character, you are it. And what you experience then in 3D will reflect that. So at the end of this, what happened? I had a successful conference. We had about 100 people there. It was an amazing event. We got awesome feedback. Everybody was happy. This whole team of people came together to help. It was incredible. People who didn't even know each other, volunteers, people from Craigslist and people in the industry and my friends. And it was just amazing. It was amazing. I pulled it off. So you can do this too. You can be, because you feel the desire to be this identity, that character is calling to you. Just step into it. Quit playing small. Quit calibrating from what you're seeing, the doubt, the fear. Quit calibrating from that and calibrate yourself to stand in that identity no matter what. Stand in that identity no matter what. You are that. And if anyone question it, says who are you? Says who? You are the one with the ultimate say, because everything you experience is contained in your awareness. It's you. It's you. You are making it. You're being it with your beingness. So I hope that helps. Let me know what you thought. Thank you for watching. And I think I have some resources in the description box. Check those out below. If you need any help, want to tell me a success story, want to reach out. If you need some help with emotional mastery, I've got a great free tool down there. So thanks for watching. Oh, and leave a comment. I am happy to engage with you. Have a great day. Bye.